So depending on what happens with Bitcoin, right? I think we're going to see a similar structure with Ethereum as well. It's very close. Like there's only $7 difference between the swing low and the current range low over here. So I think we're going to get a sweep of the range low, and then we're going to proceed higher. I'm not expecting it to go above the midpoint of the range, just because there's a lot of price action happening here. And even if we do, I don't think we're going to sweep the highs over here. So I'm currently targeting 2300 for Ethereum. And a confirmation for this would arrive for me after we produce a higher high, which comes at around 2018. So yeah, that's me. It's simple. But if BTC goes the other way, and we're gonna head lower, like we discussed the last time, I think 1438 would be a really good level for Ethereum to bottom, right? But if it continues to cascade and if the head and shoulder pattern is gonna meet its conditions, then I think probably somewhere in the 1200, 1300 levels would be a very reasonable target for Ethereum.
You said 1400, that
Yeah.
1438, yeah, that basically corresponds with the 2018 high, which is 1419. So that's sort of what I have as a max downside from here.
Yeah, but see, would that be the bottom if Bitcoin drops like another 9K or 10K?
Well, I'm working off the thesis that it's not going to fall there.
Makes sense.
I don't see that in the short term, which I'm talking about within the next month or so. I don't see Bitcoin falling too close to that level at all.
Fair enough.
Not in my thesis, anyways. I think you would need some type of a risk-off scenario, which would encompass all risk assets for Bitcoin to fall that hard. Because if you have a broader sell-off in risk on assets, then people are going to sell cryptocurrencies ahead of, I don't know, I'd say a stock like Walmart or something like that. They're going to, that'll be how it usually goes. You always start with the riskiest and go down to the least riskiest. So unless that happens, I don't see a 200-week test in the next few months, really. I would be surprised. But yeah, I personally, I'll just share my screen here. For me, there's a clear descending triangle formation, and we're coming down to the horizontal line of the triangle, which corresponds pretty closely with the 61.8% retracement of the 2020 to 2021 rally. So this is today, even I would say probably this week is an inflection point for Ethereum. We get, a weekly close below, let's say 1700, because that was the low back in June. That would immediately signal, at least to me, that we are going to see lower prices, and we're high probability of testing the 2018 high at 1420. If, on the other hand, we dip under and return and maybe do sort of a slingshot pattern below the 1730, 1700 level, then we should find resistance at the confluence of the 200-day simple moving average and the 2020 ascending trend line. That'll be a tough get. And then after that, you have the 50-week or 50-day simple moving average at 220 or 2,200, sorry. And then the upside of the triangle, I think that would be the maximum rally potential for Ethereum off this level. If you're a diehard Ethereum fan, obviously you can buy against this level. I see nothing wrong with that. And then use a daily close as your stop. If you get a daily close below 1700, maybe cut your position or liquidate the position and see what it does tomorrow or the next day. But it's definitely a higher probability entry point if you are an Ethereum fan and you're short-term orientated, because there could evolve into a quick bounce up into this 2000 area, which correlates closely with the February high of 2040. So On the weekly chart, there's really not much to say. We're still a long ways away from the 50-week simple moving average compared to other altcoins, which have either tested or have fallen significantly below. So I don't see that happening anytime soon either. That's about all I have to say.
Yeah, it's interesting to note that the 200 daily moving average kind of coincides with my confirmation for an upswing, which comes around 2018. So where does your 200 comes at? 2060?
2077.
Okay. Interesting.